I built a team of players born in British Columbia. Missing a couple people, Paul Kariya being the biggest name missing. He's just not in the game. It's out of my control, kind of sucks. We got Cam Neely, Joe Sakic, and Steve Yzerman on the first line, Mark Recchi, Matthew Barzal, and Sam Reinhart on the second line, Evander Kane, Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, and Glenn Anderson on the third line, and Jamie Benn, Ray Ferraro, and Milan Lucic on the fourth line. Defensively, we're looking at Morgan Rielly and Shea Weber on the first line, Shea Theodore, Devon Taves on the second line, and Barrett Jackman and Tyson Barrie on the third line. Goaltending, obviously, Carey Price in the starting position, and we have the short king, Andy Moog, at the backup position. If you're new to these types of videos, we do 3 seasons with the team to see if they can win a Stanley Cup. Even if they win in the first season, we still must do all 3 to then name an overall MVP for the team. That will move on to the theme team of theme team MVPs, which is voted on by you guys. In last episode, the winner is none other than Austin Matthews. We all knew that was going to happen. He had an outstanding performance. Curious to see who will come out on top on this team, but we'll worry about that when we get there. It's time to sim season number 1. Year number 1, we are absolutely dominant with a 55-20-7 record, finishing with 117 points. Top of the NHL. Joe Sakic with 36 goals, 60 assists for 96 points to lead the team in both those categories. 32 goals for Cam Neely, 75 points. 27 goals for Yzerman with 85 points, being second on the team. A lot of 20-goal scorers, which is also nice to see. Defensively, Tyson Barrie led the team with 36 points. Theodore, 33. Rielly, 32. And then the bottom half starts with Taves at 20. Weber with 18, and Jackman down at the bottom with 8. Goaltending, 69 games played for Price. He won 48 of them, posting 11 shutouts, a 917 save percentage, and a 2.26 goals against average. This is probably a good time for me to mention we already have both our goalies for the MVPs, so we cannot choose a goalie for an MVP anymore. Hard to control when you're only allowed 2 goalies on a team. Andy Moog, 16 games played, 7 wins. 918 save percentage and a 2.32 goals against average, though, is pretty good. Only winning 7 of 16 games, not so good. We ride into the first round of the playoffs against the Florida Panthers. We could probably three-peat with this team. It's a really good team. Depends if the game lets us, though. We win, we lose 4-3 in overtime. So we don't go into a completely dominant run off the start, but we do beat the Florida Panthers in 5 games to reach round number 2. Round number 2, we are faced with the Tampa Bay Lightnings. I don't know. Why do I keep saying Lightnings? It's Lightning. Tampa Bay Lightning, if I can talk. We lost all 3 games, so that is kind of a yikes. Can we reverse sweep them? No, we cannot. We just get swept. Okay. So, just not our day, I guess, in year number 1. A dominant first round, a very terrible performance in the second round. Who wins the Stanley Cup? Game 7 between Minnesota and Pittsburgh. Wasn't on my list of teams that I was expecting, but Minnesota comes out on top. Steve Yzerman drops 5 goals, 8 assists for 13 points in 9 games played in the playoffs. 12 for Sakic with 3 goals. Other than that, the closest for points was 7 with Neely. Goals, a lot of people with 2. 3 for Weber on D, so we can look at defensemen real quick. Theodore led for points with 4. Weber had 0 assists but 3 goals, and then Barrie 2 points, Taves 2 points, Rielly 1 point, and Barrett Jackman was just kind of there. And then not the best showing for Price in the playoffs. He heard he couldn't get the MVP, so he kind of just took the year off. 8.99 save percentage, 2.82 goals against average. Not ideal, and losing, obviously, in the second round. So that's it for year 1. 2 more chances to win the cup. See how they do. I'll see you at the end of year number 2. Slightly worse than year number 2, but still really dominant. 114 points, a 54-22-6 record. We do tie for top of the NHL this time around with the Hurricanes. We weren't the sole survivor this time. Steve Yzerman, 33 goals, 53 assists for 86 points, top of the team for both categories. Sakic, 29 goals, 45 assists for 74 points. Neely, 27 goals for third on the team. No one else was a 20-goal scorer this time around. Glenn Anderson only dropping 19 for 56 points. Okay. Defensively, Morgan Rielly, most points with 38. Tied for Theodore for most goals with 12. Barrie, 33 points, 9 goals. Weber, 23 points, 8 goals. Barrett Jackman may have had the least points on the team for defenseman, but had 8 goals, so not too bad. And the goalies, Andy Moog won more than 50% of his games played this time around, which is nice. 11 wins, 17 games played, a 909 save percentage, and a 2.63 goals against average. Carey Price, 43 wins in 65 games played, 8 shutouts, 925 save percentage, and a 2.13 goals against average. So solid year from him again. Philadelphia Flyers, round number 1. I mean, I'm kind of shook we didn't win the cup in year 1. I'm not too surprised. We've seen a lot of shenanigans throughout all our sims, so it's going to take a lot to phase me. We do win the first 3 games against Philly, and we do win game 4, so that's a sweep an easy move on. We can forget about them. It's like it never happened. And now we have to play Tampa Bay again. It's time for justice. Time for some payback. We lose, we lose, we lose. Well, that's not justice or payback. That's just repeating history. What the heck? What is this? I mean, I get it. It's Tampa, but like, I guess screw me, right? We're a 96 overall team. I forgot to say. We should be pretty good at hockey, but apparently we're just mediocre. Carolina Hurricanes, they tied us in the regular season for top of the NHL. They move on all the way to win the cup. I feel like it should have been us, but you know. Glenn Anderson, 8 points, tied with Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, both having 2 goals and 6 assists. 6 assists, no goals for Sakic. 2 goals, 3 assists for Yzerman for 5 points. Same with Kane and Recchi as well. 4 goals, no assists for Neely, so he actually led the team in goals. Overall disappointing performance, to say the least. Theodore, 3 points to lead defenseman. Hayes, Riley, and Barry had 2, and Weber and Jackman all had 0. Moog played 1 game for 32 minutes, 9.04 save percentage, 3.65 goals against average. Not the best in the world for sure. Price, 9.09 save percentage, 2.55 goals against average. Not also exactly what you want from Carey Price. Definitely not the performance I was expecting. A little disappointed. You'd think the team we had built would be winning cups, but they sure aren't. We only have 1 year left to try and do it. I will see you at the end of year number 3. Third and final season, we once again finished top of the NHL, this time not tied, with 114 points, 56, 24, and 2 record. And a new face on top of the team. Shout out to Glenn Anderson, 25 goals, 55 assists for 80 points, most on the team. Not most goals. That would go to Steve Yzerman, 27. Sakic as well with 26. No 30 goal scorer this time around. Not exactly ideal. Yeah, Yzerman 70 points, Sakic 69, Barzell 59 with 19 goals, Recchi 19 goals for 55 points. Nugent-Hopkins name up there as well with 52 points. Ray Ferraro drops 22 goals, Cam Neely dropping 21. Defensively, we're looking at Morgan Riley, 37 points to lead the team, 12 goals to also lead the team. Shea Theodore right behind him though in goals with 11. 30 points. Barrett Jackman, definitely the weakest link on defense, but he is a defensive defenseman. Can't ask too much of him point-wise. He does drop a goal and 7 assists. Goaltending, we're looking at similar numbers for both of them. 41 wins out of 62 games played for Price. 4 shutouts, 9.14 save percentage, and a 2.39 goals against average. Also a 9.14 save percentage for Moog. 2.32 goals against average. Dropping 2 shutouts, winning 15 of 24 games played. Well, it's time. It's do or die. It's our third and final season. Show us the money. We're playing Carolina, the defending Stanley Cup champions. Can we dethrone them? Is it possible? Let's find out. We lose, we win, so we are up 2-1. We scored every game that the person won, they scored 4 goals. So the key is to score 4 goals. How about 5? We score 5 in game number 4. Take the win. We lose in game number 5, which means it all comes down to the next 2 games. We have 2 chances to put out Carolina. We do it in game number 6, which is what we wanted to see. Game 7 sounded pretty sketch, I'm not gonna lie. And our old friend, literally, screw you Tampa, second round again, every single sim. We faced Tampa in the second round. Can we please beat them this time? We got swept both times. Can we not get swept again? Win, thank you. We won 2 out of the first 3. At least there's a chance. Game number 4 also goes to us. We're 1 win away from slaying the demon. We don't do it in game number 5. We don't do it in game number 6. As SpongeBob once said in the SpongeBob movie, I'm ready, depression. Show me my fate. Game 7, Tampa Bay Lightning's final chance. We win 8-3, boys. No depressions yet. Sad times are not happening. We face Washington in the conference finals. And then we either face San Jose and Winnipeg in the Stanley Cup finals if we can get past them. 3-2-1 first 3 games. We won game 2. We lost game 1 and 3. So we're down 2-1. Not what you like to see. We win game number 4, 5-0. We're moving on to game number 5. Tied series. Anything's possible. We lose in overtime 5-4. We're on the brink of elimination once again. All comes down to this. Show me the money. That is not the money. We are out in 6 games. No Stanley Cup for the British Columbia boys. Even though our team is pretty good. I'm just saying, I don't know how I feel about this, but if anything, we prove that just because you have a really good team doesn't mean you're guaranteed to win. That's why I do these videos. You looked at our roster, you're probably like, of course we're winning a cup. Didn't happen. And the Washington Capitals steal the final cup from our hands, and they will be moving on to Celebration Land, and we will be moving on to Depression Land. As for points and goals, Sakic led the team in both, technically tied for points with Yzerman, both having 27. Goals, 13 for Sakic, 9 for Yzerman. He was second on the team. Mark Recchi dropped 8. Cam Neely dropped 7. Other than that, I think 4 being the closest to them. That is the case. Glenn Anderson, 4 goals, 10 assists in the playoffs, so not bad. He didn't lead the team like he did in the regular season, but he at least showed up. Defensively, we're looking at Theodore, 2 goals, 8 assists to lead the team in points. 3 goals for Riley, led the team on D. Everyone had 2 goals on defense except for Jackman, and he at least had 1. Only dropping an assist with it, though. Also the only defenseman with a minus plus minus at -2. So even his defensive standards weren't really there. So he was definitely the weak link when it came to the team. We played Carey Price throughout the entire playoffs. He finished with a .917 save percentage, a 2.45 goals against average, 3 shutouts, and 0 Stanley Cups, just like real life. Tragic times. Can a team of British Columbia-born players win a Stanley Cup? The answer is no. Disappointingly so. Let me know who you think deserves the MVP down below. Thank you everybody so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I will catch you in the next one. Peace out.